Who can play outside? He's kind of like Hyatt.
Mm.
Hyatt can pump out and play outside if needed, but for the most part with the slot.
Okay. What's been the biggest staff difference in how they recruit now versus how they recruited when Heupel first arrived?
I think their board has grown. I think when they first got here, they were, because they were battling the NCAA sanction stuff. I think that they were recruiting a different kind of player, and probably the board wasn't as big as it needed to be. I think their board is much bigger. I think their interest level from top end guys is greater. And part of that's because the NCAA clouds kind of it's kind of went away. I mean, I know it's not done, but I think everybody acknowledges there's not going to be a postseason ban, and really that's all that kids care about. Kids don't care if you're under 2 scholarships. They don't care if you can't go out for a week recruiting. Like that doesn't affect them. It has no effect on kids. It has no effect on anybody. It has no effect on the fans. The only person that affects are the coaches. So the only thing that would affect fans, affect the players, is the ability to go to a bowl game, the ability to play in the Orange Bowl, the ability to compete to play in the playoff. And none of that stuff is happening. And so thus, I just don't think it's, I don't think it's as big as it could have been.
So it's not going to happen, you don't think? You don't think this is going to end up with a postseason ban of any kind for Tennessee?
I don't think the NCAA can really go down that route. I think they would be. I mean, I think you would seek legal action. I mean, you've seen, and they're going to fight legal action with everything they do. They try to hit Miami with, these 2 girls basketball players, and now John Ruiz is what? He's suing the NCAA.
Yeah.
And so, I think the NCAA is trying to find their place. They're trying to still have some teeth, but I think that's real hard. And again, I think ultimately, how they handle Tennessee will be a guiding map for what they are going forward. Because if they hit Tennessee, when Tennessee literally, hey, here's everything. They handed over everything. Nobody hands over everything. Then it's going to be a bad look for Tennessee because they, everybody said don't do that, and they did it. And it's going to be a bad look for NCAA. You praise Tennessee for the way they handled this, and yet you still tried to throw the book at them. Ultimately, I think a lot of this gets resolved, and what ends up happening is maybe Tennessee ends up giving another couple of scholarships, and some time on the road recruiting kind of is not there for a week or so. Again, that's something you and I and everybody else really isn't going to notice. The people that will notice it are the coaches. That's it.
Interesting. What is your favorite part of covering recruiting for Tennessee, and how has it changed the most since you first started, Austin?
People.